Hello, I'm an alien. You can call me Al. This is part one of my message, the boring bit, cutting down on human carbon emissions. Now, greenhouse gases are essential for Earth's maintaining a temperature comfortable for life. For millions of years, greenhouse gas emissions have been in balance with greenhouse gas absorption. Now, how does this come about? Well, the more greenhouse gas there is, the more the Earth warms. As the Earth warms, the more heat it radiates into space, until a new balance point is obtained at a higher temperature. In other words, balance has always been achieved by the Earth's changing temperature, up and down by about 12 degrees over the course of the interglacials and the ice ages. Now, human CO2 emissions, although relatively small in overall terms, are pushing the Earth to an even higher balance temperature, too high for comfort. So the obvious thing to do is to cut down on these human emissions, but it's not so easy. It will take a long time and is likely to be a series of small and painful steps. So what can you really do to cut down now? Okay, using a manual lawnmower instead of a petrol-driven one will make a difference, but it's really not going to cut the mustard here. So you need to look for some of the big stuff, and there are some big stuff out there. Whenever oil is produced, methane gas is also liberated, normally in far greater volume than the oil itself. But the oil is a valuable thing and easy to transport. So the lazy thing for the owners to do is just to burn off the unwanted gas. Now this releases vast amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere, completely unnecessarily. Global flaring emissions are said to be 143 billion cubic meters of natural gas per year, equivalent to 77 million car exhaust pipes, or, translated into energy terms, more electricity than the entire continent of Africa currently consumes. Here's a map which shows the worst offenders. The top two offenders in 2014 were Russia, with 51 billion cubic meters, and Nigeria with 23 billion cubic meters of methane. To put this wastage in perspective, just these two criminals between them burnt off a volume of gas equal to the entire UK's annual consumption. Note that North America and the North Sea are actually minimum emitters. In both areas, flaring is illegal and heavily punished. The major villains are the Middle East, Russia, North Africa, West Africa. So why not impose a similar ban there? Answer: they're not interested. They've promised to cut down by 2030. But this is not good enough. So here is stuff that you can do by public pressure. Insist your oil has green credentials, rather like you do currently for wood. And countries which refuse to stop flaring should have their oil exports boycotted. Here's a last thought. Although human CO2 emissions are the straw that's breaking the camel's back at the moment, there are other ways to lighten the load on the camel. For other ideas on how to counter global warming, follow the 6-prong plan, coming next week.